Good morning, friends. I'm Dewey, and my Tech Talk topic for today is Galaxy Watch 4 Surprises Galore. I know that many viewing this Tech Talk are iPhone owners, some of whom already own an Apple Watch or will be seriously looking at the new Apple Watch Series 7 when it's unveiled in the next week or so. Of course, an Apple Watch requires the owner to have an iPhone, and iPhone only, to work properly. Unquestionably, the Apple Watch has set the standard for wearable technology. However, the new Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 series of smartwatches is now a serious contender for Android smartphone users, and especially those with a recent Galaxy smartphone. It also costs about $100 less. The Galaxy Watch 4 Classic model that I ordered arrived last week. When I began the setup, things didn't go quite as expected. Instead, I experienced surprises galore. Surprise number one, the one-page quick start guide suggested first going to the Samsung US support web page. I went there and I found 10 support categories. None were identifiable as being for Galaxy smartwatches or wearables. Frustration. Surprise two. Next was a suggestion to visit youtube.com/Samsung Care to check out Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 videos. I found 168 videos there, but not a single one was labeled for the Galaxy Watch 4 or Galaxy Watch 4 Classic, the one I have. Frustration. Surprise three. Next, the single page quick start guide suggested downloading the tips and user manual. I found a 102-page PDF, downloaded it, and then discovered it was for the Galaxy Watch 3, an earlier model. Frustration again. Surprise four. Undeterred, I went back to the Samsung website and I did find the tips and user manual for the Galaxy Watch 4, the model I have or the other one. I was excited. It was offered in dozens of different languages, but when I located the English version, a notation informed me that it was not yet available. Unbelievable. Frustration. I tossed the quick start guide aside and decided to have to do the setup on my own. Surprise five. After maybe a half hour, my Galaxy Watch 4C was totally locked up with 3 screens toggling in a circle. Oh, frustration. I sat back in my chair and cogitated until a shot-in-the-dark idea came to me to call Samsung at their general customer service phone number. And you can see the number there. You might want to write the number down if you're a Samsung person. I wended my way through the phone prompts and finally reached a live technical service guy. He spoke fairly good English, but with a Filipino accent. I explained my dilemma, and he suggested one by one, perhaps a dozen different remedies to get my Galaxy Watch 4C operational once again. Not a single one worked. I suppose that was frustration too. He then asked permission, which I happily granted, to take control of my smartphone. The two of us worked in tandem for at least 20 minutes, he on my phone and I on my Galaxy Watch 4 Classic. Though he seemed to have expertise, nothing would work. Surprise number 6. Finally, took more than 20 minutes, we hit on the right sequence of actions that started a reboot of my GW4C. Voila, happiness has returned. It took this Samsung dude only a few more minutes to set up the 3 necessary apps that are needed for my GW4C. These are Samsung Wearable, Samsung Health, and the Samsung Health Monitor. And you can see their logos on the right. Interestingly, only the Samsung Health Monitor app appears in my app drawer. However, my tech guy, the Samsung tech guy, showed me how to easily access the other two apps. I think they come loaded now, some of these, on a new Samsung phone. I've now lived with my Galaxy Watch 4 Classic for 2 entire 24-hour days, and I'm like a kid with a new toy. When I went to bed Friday night, my non-LTE version GW4C still had 72% of the battery level from its morning charge. When I awoke, the battery charge was 51%. Not too bad, I thought. After checking the health data it had generated from my night's sleep, I put it on its wireless charger to bring it back to 100%. Charging took 56 minutes, about the time it took me to get ready for the day. My GW4C health data informed me how long I'd slept, my heart rate range, and my blood oxygen saturation range. I know that the heart rate range and blood oxygen saturation range may not be exact, but are certainly close enough for me. Surprise 7. The blood oxygen saturation part of my Samsung Health app then invited me to do an actual oximeter test by holding my right finger on a sensor on the back of my nearly 4-year-old Samsung S8 phone. What? I couldn't believe it. Happiness. But here's a photo of the sensor. You can see, if you look at the back of my phone, it's in a case, and you'll see the little black arrow is pointing to that vertically rectangular part there. Actually, having an oximeter sensor on a smartphone has been around for at least a half dozen years, I've learned. The Apple Watch has always had it, and Samsung began including it as far back as the S5 and Galaxy Note 4. I just learned that in the last couple of days. A few other Android phones have the sensor, but may not work with the Galaxy Watch 4 series. Surprise 8. And if that wasn't enough, when I went to the Samsung Health Monitor app, I found that I could now do an electrical cardiogram with my GW4C. The phone screen, it shows at the left, is quite plain and simple. And that's the screen you have open when you do the test, which is outlined in the instructions. On the right, it says there, on the right, the phone screen with instructions, whoops, I misspelled instructions, didn't I? On how to do an ECG with a Galaxy Watch 4 is shown. Indeed, happiness. Now, look at the instruction. You open the Samsung Health Monitor on your Galaxy Watch. Make sure the watch is snug on your left wrist, specified left wrist. That's why I wear it. You rest your forearm on a table and lightly rest a fingertip on the top button for 30 seconds. That's how it works. Earlier in my tech talk today, I expressed frustration with the one-page quick start guide that came with my GW4C. I couldn't seem to find the getting started or setup instructions that I needed at the Samsung web addresses provided. I need to confess that when I visited this website again a few moments ago, I clicked on the mobile category, that was one of 10, which opened up 6 new categories, one of which was wearables. Wow, it hit Peter. Surprise 9. I clicked on wearables, which opened up another 6 categories, one of which was Galaxy Watch 4 Classic. This opened up these 5 categories, the first of which seems to be the right place to start. And in small print, it says, setting up your Samsung smartphone with or without, your smartwatch with or without a smart Samsung phone. So that was great. I love the looks of the analog face on my Galaxy Watch 4, see at the left, because I'm somewhat visually challenged, it didn't work for me in bed at night. I solved that problem by going to my Samsung wearable app. It takes me just 5 taps on my phone screen to change the watch face to the watch face at the right. So I do that before I go to bed, do it again when I get up in the morning. It's so quick, it takes me, I think, 10 seconds. And I've changed the face on my watch. So it's great. Happiness, again, needless to say, but my red band that I showed you previously won't arrive for a couple of weeks. Well, thanks for watching. That's my Tech Talk story for today, and I am sticking with it. Stay safe, and the good Lord willing, we'll see you next week.